as kids get ready to return to school and you're checking off those items to get them ready to head back to class, you want to think about adding an eye exam on there if you haven't done so already, because they are key to making sure that your child is seeing things in the classroom as they should, which of course is very important. Joining us, Dr. Krista Kelly and Karl Rupp with the Retina Foundation. Talk about why this is so important, because we hear of something that's commonly referred to as lazy eye. What is that, and what does it do to a child who has it?
So lazy eye is amblyopia, and it's having poor vision in one eye because of some kind of pediatric eye condition. And why it's important is because we know from the research that we've been doing at the Retina Foundation is that children with amblyopia or lazy eye tend to read about 25% slower than kids their own age that don't have any vision problems, even though they have good vision in one eye.
So you can easily, as a child in class, start falling behind the rest of the group, and it may be something that the kid is aware of. They may not even be aware of it because it's just sort of normal to them. This is the vision that they've always had, and you can't always tell that the kid's going through this.
No, you can't always tell, and they might not know, like you said, because this is what they've grown up with, which is why vision screening is really important. So, like I said, children with amblyopia do tend to read slower, and why that's a concern in schools is because tests tend to be standardized and timed. So if they're reading slower, then they might not have enough time to finish the test that they're doing.
Karl, talk a little bit about this from the parent perspective, because you've actually had a child who has been through this. Did you know that there was a vision issue going in, or did it take some, wait, why are you not doing so well?
We did, because we were fortunate to have our pediatrician identify the issue for us at a very young age and refer us to appropriate medical professionals. Our daughters had 4 eye surgeries as a result. But what we would say to everyone is that parent awareness is critical, because many of these kids have a comprehension level when they read that is many grade levels above where they're at, but a reading pace level that is several grade levels below where they're at. And so by being aware as a parent, you can advocate on behalf of your child, make the school aware of the issues that your child encounters, and perhaps even obtain accommodations to assist the child in their education.
Because if you're not doing that, if you're not advocating like that, your child could be placed in any number of scenarios academically that might not fit them. As you said, you know, they're not reading it as fast, but they're able to understand at a greater rate than the kids around them sometimes, and you could get placed right where you don't belong there. How long does this take if you go in for this exam to figure this out, and are the remedies pretty successful and easy to do?
So, you know, it's recommended that children get annual vision screening, which is pretty quick. It's just something that you can do at like a well-cared child exam or with your pediatrician, and then if they fail that, then they can go on to do a more comprehensive eye exam with an eye care specialist, which would take a lot longer.
Karl, as you said though, your child's been through 4 surgeries. How's she doing now?
She's doing great. She manages her situation very well. It's also important to understand that children can advocate for themselves and are aware at different levels, at different age levels. So the younger you're able to identify this in your child, the more successful the treatment's going to be, the more successful their educational experience will be by you advocating on their behalf.
And of course, if they're having trouble seeing something in class, you tell them, speak up. You got to speak up either to me, to the teacher, to somebody. Thank you both of you for being on. Hopefully we caught some people who maybe didn't have this on the to-do list heading into school.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Quick break here. When we come back, Jesse's going to tell us more about that forecast we really don't want to hear much more about, but we kind of need to. Bunch of triple digits in this one.